Welcome to today's deep dive. We all probably remember that era around maybe 2014-ish.
Oh, yeah. Where every single photo online looked like it was shot through a mason jar of iced tea?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The heavy matte fades. Everyone wanted their life to look like, I don't know, a moody indie film.
Right, the super desaturated look.
But if you look at the visual storytelling landscape for 2026, those muted palettes are, well, they are completely dead.
Hmm.
Today we are exploring the absolute dominance of true-to-life color grading in photography and videography.
And why rich, authentic, natural tones have completely taken over.
Yes, from algorithmic social feeds to high-end event media. So
Mhm.
let's get into it. This shift really comes down to a changing psychological baseline for viewers, right?
Yeah, it does. After years of hyper-curated artificial aesthetics, audiences are actively craving unvarnished reality. True-to-life editing is really about removing the distraction of the color grade so the viewer connects directly with the subject.
But wait, isn't true to life just another subjective filter? I mean, who actually decides what reality looks like when every camera sensor, whether it's Sony or Apple, interprets color data completely differently?
That is the paradox of it. It actually takes an immense amount of technical manipulation to make a photo look, well, unedited.
Because you are constantly fighting the camera sensor's inherent bias,
Exactly. You're trying to replicate how the human eye naturally perceives a scene. It is why this aesthetic has become the ultimate flex of an editor's skill.
which plays directly into how content is being served to us. The data shows that bright, natural photos, the ones featuring warm golden light, clean whites, and rich greenery,
The realistic stuff.
right, those are demonstrably outperforming older styles on platforms like Instagram and Pinterest.
There is a fascinating algorithmic reason for that, actually. Modern compression algorithms and image recognition systems parse clean white balances and high luminance images much more efficiently.
Plus, on a psychological level, humans are biologically hardwired to respond positively to vibrant, daylight-balanced environments.
And the platforms know this visual trigger keeps you scrolling longer.
So how are top editors actually pulling this off mathematically? The current standard relies heavily on what is called controlled vibrancy.
Right, because the amateur mistake is simply grabbing the global saturation slider and just cranking it.
Is making everything neon.
Exactly. Professional color science right now is all about protecting skin luminance while selectively pushing saturation in the surrounding environment. You have to maintain soft contrast curves without letting your shadows bleed into heavy teals.
Or letting your whites shift yellow. You are manipulating specific color channels to make the sky pop, but strictly masking the subject so they don't suddenly look radioactive.
It requires highly surgical manipulation of the HSL sliders.
This surgical approach is completely reshaping the wedding industry right now. Documentary-style event photography is exploding, and couples are prioritizing realistic floral shades and true bridal tones over heavily stylized looks.
It's all about authenticity.
Right. If you are using a platform like Weddizer to figure out your media strategy, say, browsing their article section for guidance on hiring the right event photographer for your niche,
This exact natural aesthetic is the primary benchmark they tell you to look for in a portfolio.
because it guarantees longevity. A heavily crushed vintage edit might look cool for a few months, but it rapidly dates the image.
Natural color science ensures those wedding albums look just as relevant 20 years from now as they do today. And looking ahead, the tech industry is aggressively cementing this standard. Emerging AI-powered tools are using smart skin tone detection and real-time color grading to balance raw files instantly.
The software is doing the heavy lifting to find that baseline reality, which means whether you are vetting a professional photographer for a major event through Weddizer, or you are just tweaking your own smartphone pictures from a weekend trip, leaning into balanced, true-to-life colors is the safest bet to ensure your memories never look dated.
Though it does leave you wondering about the inevitable pendulum swing of visual trends.
Right. As AI color correction completely automates this true-to-life perfection, will hyper-realistic photos eventually become so ubiquitous that audiences actually crave those artificial, distorted editing styles of the past just to see something different?